Hi there, Steve. I've been doing a couple of hours here of reading Korean on Link and been doing some listening while making breakfast and cleaning up. But today I'm going to talk about listening and how do we improve our listening comprehension. And I'm doing this video because I had a question from Brazil, from Fransualdo, who says he's got to go to the States on some kind of a exchange. He's a medical specialist and wants to be fully proficient in English when he gets there. Okay, here's my answer. Listening comprehension, first of all, to me is the fundamental skill. If you can understand very well when people speak, when you listen, watch movies, listen to audiobooks, other people are speaking amongst each other, that's the ultimate skill. Once you have that, you will learn to speak. I don't believe people who say, I understand very well, but I can't speak. I haven't met people who are in that category. Most people have trouble understanding. So, how do you work on your listening comprehension? First of all, you have to listen a lot, because why do we have trouble understanding? Either we don't hear the words, or they go by so quickly that we can't make meaning of them, or we simply don't have the words. We don't know what the words mean. So it's either that we can't hear the words, or we don't know the words. So I think you have to have a two-pronged approach. And that's essentially what I'm doing in Korean. I don't have enough words, and sometimes when I hear them, I don't recognize them. So I have to do a lot of listening. The ideal scenario is that I have the text, the transcript for what I'm listening to. But that's not always the case. And so you have to, like so much in language learning, you have to be prepared to deal with less than ideal conditions. So, for example, when I read something on Link in Korean, I use the text-to-speech function. Now at Link, it's automatically on, so that every word that I save, every phrase that I save, I hear the text-to-speech. So as I'm reading through my text, I'm going from text-to-speech to text-to-speech to text-to-speech. So it's not as if I'm listening to the whole thing, but I'm listening to a lot of key words. That helps me. Once I've gone through the text, once I've saved a bunch of words, looked them up, heard the text-to-speech, when I then go and listen to it all, it's easier. It's easier because I'm more familiar with the subject matter, which is so important to comprehension, being familiar with the subject matter. I've looked up some of the words that I didn't know. I have highlighted and therefore listened to some of the phrases that I have trouble with. All of this helps me when I then go to listen. But ultimately, you have to listen a lot. Now, you can do the same with text for which you don't have audio, because even though you won't be able to listen to it afterwards, you can still go through it, saving words, therefore increasing the number of words that you know, listening to the audio, even though it's artificial text-to-speech, audio of the words and phrases. And then you may, in fact, be listening to something else, another text, on a somewhat similar subject. So it's not as ideal as having the audio for or at least the transcript for the audio that you're listening to, or vice versa, but it still helps. So, it's just, as with so much in language learning, it's just time. We have the impression that we're not improving until suddenly we realize that we've improved. So my only advice here to Fransualdo is to continue doing what you're doing. Use Link, listen a lot, use the text-to-speech function at Link, get more and more familiar. Just immerse your brain in English, and you will find that you will improve. And of course, as long as you are in Brazil and you have less opportunity to speak, you won't be able to speak as well as you would like. However, if you spend a lot of time with listening and reading and building up your vocabulary and getting the brain familiar with hearing English, when you arrive in the United States for your fellowship or whatever exchange program you have there, within 2 weeks, you'll be just flying in English. I guarantee it. And good luck. Bye for now.